All right, hi there. Just a quick little VR demo of Project Hillside. The only things I've done to the project, besides opening it, are making sure that I've enabled the OpenXR plugin. And then over in levels, and I'm in the LV exterior map, is I've made sure LV effects are set to always loaded, as well as LV lighting default, always loaded. And I'm just going to go ahead and press play, and we'll see what happens. All right. And so I can tell you right away, once I get rid of the debug log, the console there, that this looks really good. I'm seeing the correct things in both my left and right eye. I'm not using the VR template or anything. This is just my standard, pawn where I can use the mouse to look around. I can use my WASD keys to fly around. And, there's a little bit of tearing if I turn my head too quick, but it's pretty darn stable. I mean, I just really want to admire the water here. It looks gorgeous. And I want to fly up and just kind of get a sense of the city. I did leave film grain on, which I normally would not do for VR, but it actually looks kind of cool. I'm just happy to leave it. And I'll try to move around with my head and less so with the mouse. I'm kind of having the mouse substitute for like a snap turn kind of thing. But that road looks great. Obviously don't have the cars driving down it right now. The project looks great. I mean, looking off into the distance is really cool. Just the way the fog starts to give a real sense of depth. The volumetric clouds look awesome. The lighting, lumen, looks phenomenal. I really have nothing but admiration for what I'm seeing in VR right now. And let's take a look at the frame rate, by the way. Let me do a quick stat FPS. And, I do think we're probably getting a little bit of help from Oculus Space Warp Time Warp, maybe reprojection even, because it says it's 20 frames a second, but like it feels pretty smooth to me. And especially if I'm actually not moving my head very much and I'm just kind of flying around, this is pretty comfortable for me. I should also mention I'm on an RTX 4090, a Puget Systems workstation, and we are getting a little bit of jumpiness on the world position offset stuff. I know that we're using some CVARs to simplify that, no problem. But let's just go take a look at the project a bit. I don't have the interiors loaded, just the exteriors. Looks like we have the plants. Good to see the plants loaded. And let me just find a good place to kind of pause and take a look. Those interior cube maps look great. They awesome in stereo. And I can see all the foliage down there. It's amazing to me that this foliage is all hierarchical instant static meshes. I believe they are. I mean, the detail there is excellent. And I don't know, I would just expect a much more poor VR experience right now. I mean, frankly, I would just expect it to crash immediately. But look at some of this detail. Like, yeah, I mean, okay, those are kind of like decals, but all the plants look phenomenal. The glass reflections look great. I'm trying to see if there's anything different between my left and my right eye. Not really, as far as I can tell. I'm gonna turn off stat FPS. Well, I'll leave stat FPS on. I could do stat detailed, if that's useful to anyone. Detailed? Yeah, there we go. All right, so that'll give us a fair amount of information. But, the numbers are the numbers. I just want to say that this all feels very comfortable. That bed, totally three-dimensional. Looks better than a lot of Nerfs that I've seen. And I can look around. Nice glass reflections. Lighting is adjusting well. I could try turning on the interiors, see what that does for me for the places where we have some interior models. Man, looking off into the distance, though, I mean, that's really kind of the wow moment for me, is just seeing things far away. You can see the Ferris wheel over there. It's moving. I can even tell it's moving from here. Pretty cool. It would be fun to try turning the cars on as well. I mean, this was literally just my first effort at seeing, like, can this project work with VR? And so, again, didn't do much to set this up, just loaded up the exterior map and popped right into it. Did I turn around? Yeah, I should also, get a real pawn in here. So if I want to like speed down the path, I can a little bit, but it's just a really pleasant sightseeing tour. And, thanks to Nanite and just all the thought that's gone into assembling everything, it's just very satisfying to like pick anything. I mean, these tires even, and just get up real close to it in VR. and appreciate all the detail. I mean, the textures are a little sad there, but the detail of what's actually going on is really remarkable. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I won't zoom in too close on the textures, but yeah, this is looking excellent. Great water reflections there on our little barge or pier, whatever this is. Go a little bit more into the habitat. Some nice indirect lighting, nice illumination from the interior cube maps. And yeah, the exposure is working well, the auto exposure. Just all these default settings. Yeah, big improvements in reflection with Lumen. I will say, okay, here off to the side in my right eye, things are a little bit sharper, and my left eye it's blurrier, especially in that final glass panel over there. Yeah, left eye sharper, right eye blurrier. And I think I can do a stereo mode. Can I do enable stereo to demonstrate that? VRB enable stereo. I think that might only work if I don't actually have a VR headset. Oh, I think I can do the spectator screen mode. Will that work? Yeah, there we go. There's both eyes. Okay, so yeah, so just to demonstrate like a couple small things in VR, it actually kind of smooths out as I get closer to it. It was more like from here we go. Here we go. Yeah, so that last panel there, you'll notice the left eye and the right eye are very different now. So the right eye doesn't have any reflection on the last panel. The left eye does. You know, feels pretty fine over here. Not a lot to complain about. That bloom looks nice. I think we have convolution bloom on, which I am an advocate for in VR. I know it's expensive, but when it works great. Okay, here's another spot where it looks like we got some screen space reflections maybe, giving us different results in the left or the right eye. But if I hit the right angle, like that looks great. I love seeing the detail of like the dirt map or something there. Yeah, slight differences in the left and the right eye, but something 99% of people wouldn't notice. Yeah, this looks great. All right, let's see if there's anything else here I can just zoom in on. Yeah. But really, this is, I just want to emphasize, like, something like this is really such a incredible hero moment. Like, zooming in really close is great, but I've never, in all my time in VR, been able to be like this high up above a city and look around and just get like a smooth frame rate. Like I've tried doing this with the Matrix city sample demo. Frame rate unusable, and it crashes pretty quickly. This feels good. This feels good. And I'm going to go crash this little rooftop party. Yeah, those cube apps hold up well to scrutiny. Nice job there. The wood material here could be a little less plastic. But the paneling looks great on the ground. Yeah, I remember there's something in the documentation about how this was laid out. Nice randomness with the wood grain. It feels very real. Very, very real. Ooh, yeah, I don't like that. Very different view in my left eye, right eye. It's because one of my eyes was inside the wall. Yeah, this is cool, man. That detail is great. Pretty different reflections in my left and right eye. Totally okay. The thing I think people forget sometimes too is like sometimes in the real world, you actually do have different reflections in your left and right eye. And I've become like hypersensitive to that in VR, but sometimes it's actually accurate. And I have to remind myself it's not a glitch. It's actually reflecting accurately. But okay, that's enough of me hearing the sound of my own voice. Let me just go and appreciate some of the concrete and all that. And yeah, we'll just end it there for now. Okay, let's keep it going. I enabled the hotel furniture and vehicles. And I think, is the water plug-in working too? I think so. Yeah, it's already loaded. Okay, let's press play. Loady, loady, loady. In editor. In theory, we'd get an even better frame rate if we were not in here. Let's turn off some of this for a moment. I was going to say we'd get a better frame rate if we were not inside the editor. Okay, so here we are, hotel furniture on. Definitely a lot of Lumen artifacts. I'm not even sure if we're supposed to be like exploring in here, but we do have some hotel furniture. Maybe it's just meant to be viewed from outside the window. Give that a second. Oh, the blinds are covering it quite a bit. Some other furniture. Yeah, now it's not even a cube map. Or actually, ooh, I wonder, are we seeing a cube map? Yeah, we are seeing a cube map, but we can go inside and see what's actually there. That's funny. Yeah, and then there's the actual bed. Cool. Sparse hotel room. Yeah, there we go. It looks better now. That's interesting. I'm not sure if auto exposure or something else is responsible for that changing. Maybe I'm blending between post-process volumes. Oh, there we go. We got some cars now. Great. Yeah, so I did turn on the cars. They're not moving, but I think that's something that we do in Movie Render Queue. Still nice to see them, even kind of frozen in time. We live in an auto driverless future. But yeah, this feels kind of cool. Just scooting along the road. A little stuttery, not too bad. You can kind of see maybe the LODs as I go by. Not sure if these are in nanite. Let's try nanite. Nanite. Visualize. Triangles. I can spell. There we go. Yeah, it is nanite. Fun fact, by the way, with nanite in VR, you actually only see it in your left eye, which I kind of actually like. I know it's definitely a bug, but to me it's a feature because I can kind of squint between my left and my right eye and just kind of see the two back and forth. It's like my own nice little A/B test. Cool. Yeah. Nice nanite cars. All right. And yeah, for the heck of it, let's get up high. And yeah, let's try zooming in here and seeing how the nanite view affects what we're doing in VR. Closer, closer, closer. Oh, and actually, if we want to see it the way I'm seeing it, yeah, we can do the spectator screen mode 2. There we go. Yeah. Nice A/B test. Yeah, let's go one of these domes. Yeah, there we go. Notice that dome is definitely not nanite, and it has a translucent material. Yeah. Yeah. So screen space reflections do some funky things in Lumen still sometimes, but it's still pretty cool. Let's try Lumen also. Wow. So many triangles on our instanced foliage there. Let's get out of this first. I should just be able to do whatever I was doing before. Our nanite visualize. We'll do the same thing with Lumen. Right. I just want nanite triangles. Get out of there. Oops, I do visualize. Oh, it figured it out though. Interesting. Didn't crash it. Good job, me. Although it is unhappy. Oh, you know why? Because this actually starts to create like a bit of a, if I recall how this usually works, we now have a thing going inside the log where it is just spamming that it couldn't find that command. And I wish there was a way to stop that, but that's why my frame rate just dropped. Okay, well, real quick, because I'm pretty much done here. I just want to do r.lumen .visualize. Oops. I think I can just say 1. Yeah, okay, and it's in my left eye here. So we can see what Lumen sees. The right eye is actually really funky here. It's showing me like a totally distorted other view. I mean, I guess it's worth showing for reference purposes. Spectator screen mode 2. Yeah, so my left eye is very funky here. But I always like seeing what Lumen sees. I think it's so impressive that Lumen can look as good as it does considering how blocky that core lumen visualization is. All right, yeah, but yeah, my frame rate's still sad. We'll just leave it here. I think there's a lot of interesting stuff going on, and I'm going to keep tinkering with this in VR because, holy heck, for people with a powerful enough computer, this would be super cool to mess around with. The one, the few, the proud. Anyway, that's all. Bye for now.